You live in an age where specialization is worshipped, where people are told to master one skill, one lane, one identity, and die inside it. But the polymath is different. The polymath rebels against confinement, turning curiosity into a weapon, intellect into armor, and knowledge into power. To become one is not romantic, it's ruthless. It begins with revolt. The moment you realize that your curiosity is not a distraction, but your calling. You go back to the subjects that made your blood move when you were young, the books, the ideas, the questions you abandoned because the world told you to pick one. That is your blueprint. From there, you build a structured system, because chaos won't make you powerful, discipline will. You study widely but strategically, textbooks for foundations, debates for understanding, and projects for proof. You go broad first, history, science, art, psychology, then dive deep until the core ideas burn into your mind. And then comes the alchemy, the integration. A true polymath doesn't just collect knowledge, they connect it. You start linking biology to design, philosophy to code, music to mathematics. That's when your brain stops being a storage room and becomes an engine. You live in a constant state of translation, where every idea feeds another, where you see patterns others are blind to. You study not to know more, but to see more. You maintain a ruthless rhythm, 3 hours reading the unfamiliar, 5 hours mastering one deep concept, 2 hours applying it through creation, writing, coding, painting, teaching, because a polymath who doesn't create is just a collector. You track your growth like a scientist, weekly reflections, feedback from mentors, correction through failure. You learn in cycles, acquire, apply, articulate, and adapt. And you practice transfer, speaking new languages, analyzing data, drawing, storytelling, skills that cut across disciplines and keep the mind elastic. You embrace boredom as the soil of brilliance because every distraction is a theft of potential. You don't wait for inspiration. You build rituals. Wake early, study in silence, review before sleep. Because sleep, the hidden workshop of memory, is where knowledge fuses into permanence. You reject the myth of talent and replace it with systems, spaced repetition, deliberate practice, reflective writing. You test your ideas by teaching them because explanation is the crucible of mastery. You don't chase credentials, you chase clarity. Every failure becomes data. Every success, a checkpoint. Every field you conquer, science, art, technology, philosophy, becomes another weapon in your arsenal. A polymath is not defined by how much they know, but how they connect what they know. Over time, your mind becomes a network of disciplines, each node alive, each connection electric. Others will call you gifted, but they won't see the structure beneath the genius, the long nights, the ruthless consistency, the endless cycles of curiosity and correction. You will outgrow shallow motivation. You will crave integration, not applause. You will begin to think in layers, how physics informs art, how psychology explains innovation, how music mirrors mathematics. That's when you become dangerous. That's when your learning becomes weaponized. You will no longer study for survival or status, but to build an empire of understanding. One where every field feeds the next, and no idea stands alone. And in that empire, your curiosity is the crown, your discipline the sword, and your knowledge the shield that no ignorance can pierce. This is how you become a polymath, not by collecting random skills, but by mastering the art of connection, by structuring your learning like a scientist and living like an artist. You will be feared for your clarity, envied for your versatility, and respected for your depth, because in a world of specialists,
The polymath is evolution itself, the mind that refuses extinction.